Hi, Mark Dwyer here from Property Careers. Today I want to talk to you about the difference between a career and a career lifestyle. So often you see this in the real estate industry that people get into the business with the idea and understanding, I should say, of giving their life over to the business. That's the trade. You know, you want to learn a new profession, and that of course means that we really have to give up our lives as we know it and give over to the profession. Now, there's nothing wrong with this, but surely at some stage your lifestyle has to come back to you. Now, if I actually mention a couple of things inside the profession, I'm sure that this will make a lot of sense. Prospecting. Are you still looking for business? Are you grinding for prospects? Or are you finding yourself in this treadmill, if you like, that never really changes, where you're constantly having to nurture and follow up prospects just to survive? Now, I imagine that when we get into the business of real estate, we do this with the idea that one day the business or the industry, the career, will hand our lives back to us, and our lives will look a whole lot better than what they did initially. Now, for some of us, we're kind of stuck there. Imagine an environment where prospecting was no longer a prerequisite of a professional salesperson. That is what Property Careers Elite is all about. We're forging lifestyles for those people, those salespeople that are looking for the career change that gives them a lifestyle rather than takes it away. Again, we hear this analogy of balance, that you have to have a balance between your personal life and that of the business life, which of course is that of real estate sales. I just don't see the borderline. I mean, to me, it is a fabulous lifestyle that we have in front of us. I mean, let's face it, we go to work in clean clothes. We come home in clean clothes. We turn up at a civil hour. Your freedom that you have around the job is one that is really up to yourself what it is that you want to do. So I've often said to people, we're not in the business of hours that we spend at the craft. It's more about the results that we achieve. So I like to think that as real estate salespeople, we're prize fighters. We don't get appearance money, we win prize money. Questions you might want to ask yourself when evaluating your real estate career. What tasks do you absolutely love doing? Now, if on that list there happens to be the business of listing properties for sale, then we can be absolutely certain that you are indeed a real estate salesperson. If negotiating deals, putting sales together, negotiating between buyer and seller, if that's something that appeals to you, then you're right on track. If, however, conversely, we then move to what tasks do you do under sufferance, only because you believe no one does them as well as you do. If on that list you've got things like writing your own ads, choreographing your own marketing, we believe these are things that a real estate salesperson might be capable of doing, but they're probably blockages that are getting in the way of you and higher productivity. The third thing that we start to talk about, what are those tasks that you absolutely loathe, you detest doing? If high on that list is prospecting in the traditional sense, looking for clients, then you really need to talk to us, because we can show you how to get yourself organised and never have to prospect the way that you know it ever again. You see, I don't believe an accomplished real estate salesperson should be prospecting. In fact, the companies that we have that are looking for our Property Careers Elite people have got the prospecting equation completely solved. And they, of course, are looking for salespeople that know how to list property and look after clients and put the transactions together. If also on that list that you loathe are things like open for inspections, well, again, we don't believe this is the domain of a professional. As I say to a lot of people, what part do you enjoy the most as a real estate professional? Putting the sign in the boot or taking it out? This is something that can be outsourced, that can be done by other people, so that you can be doing the tasks that you absolutely love. And that is, of course, being at listing presentations, or for appointments with qualified active property sellers that have been made for you. So if listing real estate and selling real estate is your primary function, well then I imagine that I'm talking to the right person. If this appeals to you, if the idea of creating a lifestyle with a secure income, with hours that make sense, like a 4 or 5 day week, with the recognition that you absolutely deserve, then you really need to talk to Property Careers Elite. You see, we believe that real estate ought to be a lifestyle that is the envy of any other profession. And if this is something that's resonating with you, then you really need to talk to Property Careers Elite.
Send that mail and make it real. Such a lovely thing I feel. Send that mail.